Welcome to the MVP Show. For full show notes, go to nz365guy.com/303. Before we chat with today's guest, here's a quick message from our sponsors. Today's show is brought to you by the 90-Day Mentoring Challenge. A lot can change in 90 days. If you want to take your career to the next level, consider joining the 90-Day Mentoring Challenge. It's focused around business applications, and maybe sign up and register for the next intake. You can do this by going to nz365guy.com/mentor. Now, let's get on with the show. Today's guest is from Madrid, Spain. He's from a company called Azure. It's like AX Azure by the looks, Dynamics 365 and F&O. He's technical lead there. He was awarded an MVP in October last year, so he's really new. And I know this sounds so similar to a podcast that I've already done you might have listened to. But in his case, he's an F&O developer with 10 years of experience. He's also the co-founder and co-presenter of Xpp.dev, which is a dedicated podcast to the Spanish community that is around Dynamics 365 finance. So if you're, in this area of interest, it's of interest to you, it's worth checking out Xpp.dev. He's a bear collector and a dog lover, so we're going to find out a bit about that. You can find him on Twitter at Juan169 or jathomas.com is his website. Juan Antonio Tomás, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you for...
Was that a bit of a mouthful?
No, it's everything. The bad thing is that our podcast is just in Spanish. So I don't know if the people that used to hear you in your show is going to understand that. But if they understand Spanish, they can hear us whenever they want.
Isn't Spanish one of the, as in the number of people in the world speaking Spanish is higher than English, right? I think China would be, or Mandarin would be the only, as in a larger group of people outside Spanish. Wouldn't that be right?
Yeah, but talking about community, I think the most speak language in the community is English, because at least in F&O, the Spanish community is quite small, and we are trying to grow up, but it's complicated.
Yeah. So tell me a bit about life in Madrid. How's that?
Well, I've been living in Madrid the last 8 years. I'm from Alicante in the east of Spain, and I started working here in Madrid, so I went here to live. And life here at the beginning was really nice, was really funny, because you have here a lot of things to do. You have a lot of party, you have a lot of museums and a lot of places to go. And now I married with a woman from Madrid, so my life is quite calm now, but it's quite good also. We are living in the outside of Madrid, not in the center, so it's more like a small city, and we are now more calm than the previous years.
No, that's good. Now, Alicante, that's close to Valencia, right? And so you must be a big paella lover.
Yeah, I love paella. But
are you a professional cook?
I have to tell you one thing about paella, and everybody from Valencia maybe don't know that, but Alicante's paella is much more better than Valencia one.
Wow. that sounds like fighting words to me.
Yeah.
Very nice. I've spent 3 months in Spain. So I've been all over the place, but the only part of Spain I haven't really spent any time in is the east of Spain. I mean, I've been to Barcelona a few times, and I've been to Mallorca off the coast there, but I've actually, never been. The closest I've been to Alicante is at a place called Belmonte.
Okay.
I don't know if
No.
You don't know it?
No.
If you got in your car from Alicante and you drove directly to Madrid, you pass Belmonte. It's about 2.5 hours southeast of Madrid.
Okay. The the next time I go to Alicante, because right now I cannot go because of the lockdown, I will see.
Have you ever done the Kamada?
Sorry?
Have you ever done the Kamada? Have you heard of the Kamada? I might be pronouncing it wrong. It's a northern Spanish tradition, the Kamada. More
I don't
from
really know.
Yeah. It's probably my bad pronunciation of the word. Anyhow, tell me about what do you do when you just need to unwind, when you can't focus on work anymore? How do you enjoy life?
I love to do some running. I started running maybe 5 or 4 years ago when I stopped smoking. Fortunately I stopped it and started running. And I really like to go for a run. And of course, I have 2 dogs. And one of the best things I can do is to take my dogs with my wife and go for a walk, go to a park, to the mountain or wherever, and let them free and see them running without this I don't know the name in English, but when you are in the city, you cannot let them run away or run around. So I love that. I really like to pass time with my friends, but my close friends are all in Alicante, and maybe I think I didn't see them in the last year because of the COVID. So I really miss them, but I hope in a few months I will go to my city to see them and see my family. And then I love to drink some beers and eat a good food and the small things.
Nice. The small things that make life so awesome. So tell us a bit about this bear collector. You collect bears, is that right?
I did, but now I bought.
You drank them all.
Yeah, I had a collection of beers, but every beer was empty, so I drink every one. But now I bought a new home, and I'm not going to take the collection anymore to the new home. So I get rid of them, and I just have now one of them. Is my favorite is a Mau, is the Spanish, one of the Spanish brand of beer, and is a really old bottle from Madrid. I think is the first one that this brand, and is known as the Botijo, el Botijo in Spanish, and I have just this one right now.
What does it mean? The
Botijo is like a small bottle.
Okay. So if you're not drinking your fancy beer, are you more of a Estrella fan or you're more San Miguel?
I prefer to drink Mau or Estrella Galicia.
Nice.
Yeah, and Estrella Galicia has the best one for me, that is 1906.
Wow. Very nice. You're making me thirsty. Dos cerveza. That's what I learned in Spain. 2 cervezas. 2 beers. That's wow. It's so good talking to you. Now tell me a bit about how you got into finance and operations. How did your career take that path?
I think it was not planned, because I was studying when I finished the university. I started studying to be professor. I wanted to be professor in a high school or a university. So in Spain, I don't know if in New Zealand is the same, but in Spain you have to pass some exams in order to work for the government, and the teachers works are, I don't know the name in English, but they work for the government. So I started preparing those exams. But one day, one friend of mine told me that her sister was looking for new programmers or students to start working in a company in Alicante. So I went there and I do the interview, and I started working in AX 10 years ago. I started working with another former MVP, Jose Antonio Esteban. Now he's a Microsoft employee. And after Alicante, I went to Madrid. I worked for 2 final clients, and finally I started in Accessure when the company was starting in his first or second year with Antonio Gilabert, other MVP.
Yeah, he's been on the show.
Yeah, when I started there, we were, I think, 3 or 4 persons. Now we are 40 or more or less. So that was my journey with AX and F&O.
Yeah. How many MVPs now are at the company? There must be more than 4.
4, I think. 4. Yeah, we are 10%. It's Demian, Adria, Antonio, and me.
Yeah. Last time I was in Madrid, I had lunch with Damien.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah. Great guy. I got a lot of time for him.
Really
he's a very, very good guy. But he's not Spanish, is he?
He's from Argentina.
Argentinian.
Yeah. But he's living in Madrid or in Spain at least, I think, for the last 16 or 17 years.
Yeah. It sounds right. So recently, last October, I see you became an MVP. How did that come about for you? What happened? What was the turn of events? And how did you get nominated and into the MVP program?
Well, I started with all this world of the community 5 years ago, more or less when I started in Accessure, because Antonio was always talking me about the community and so on. So I started writing my own blog, but I never thought about being MVP. I just write on my blog because I thought that I could help people, because in Spanish we don't have a lot of information or a lot of manuals or videos. So the only community we had at that moment was the Rincon Dynamics of Antonio and the blog of Jose Antonio Esteban. So I started, and little by little I was writing, and then Demian and Antonio more or less invite me to make my first session in Dynamic Saturday. I did it with Adria. It was our first one, and we really had a lot of fun. We really loved that because it's quite exciting to be in front of a lot of people and talk about what you more or less know, because always there are people that know more than you, but it was really exciting. And in Accessure, we always are thinking in the community and try to help people and and try to share our knowledge, because for you as professional, I think it makes you grow as professional and makes you learn things that if you don't in your project, in your daily project, you don't have to work with this specifically technology, you are not going to learn ever. So it's good for you and it's good for the people you help. And little by little, we started with that. And after that, we started the podcast and the meetup and so on. And finally, Soahib is an Indian friend, told us that Adrian and me that he wanted to nominate us, and that's all.
Wow,
this is what happened.
That's so good. Because did you both get it at around the same time?
Yeah.
Wow, same month, right?
It's normal because we do almost everything together. So if one is MVP, the normal is that the other also, because we don't do the same job.
It must have been so exciting for you to both get it in the same month.
I remember the day I received the mail that telling me that I was MVP. I called Adrià, look at the mail, please. And he told me, yeah, me too. And it was really exciting.
So good. Such a good story, and so good to hear. And, I love that your blog is not just in English, but it's in Spanish. So you're creating the value for the community. And I love that your podcast is in Spanish, right? I think there's a large audience that, finds it harder to think and engage in English. So it's perfect that you're addressing this with Spanish.
Yeah. We are trying to make the community in Spanish grow, especially the F&O community. And thanks to the community, we are knowing or meeting a lot of great people that wants to collaborate with us. And it's great.
Fantastic. Sounds so good. Well, that's probably all I wanted to cover today. It's so interesting hearing your story. You live in one of my favorite countries in the world.
I would love to go to New Zealand. I have a brother-in-law living there. In Auckland.
Yeah. What was that? Sorry.
He's living in Auckland.
Your brother?
My brother-in-law.
Oh,
the brother of my wife.
Right. So your wife lives in Auckland?
No, my wife, no. Her brother, sorry.
Gotcha. Yes. Oh, very good. Yeah, it's a lovely country. I actually live 2.5 hours, more or less, outside of Auckland. And so I live in the countryside on the coast, and my only requirement was high-speed internet.
Yeah.
And I have that, so I can do my job without having to be in the city, which with COVID I do not regret.
I would love to visit the country once, maybe in a few years.
When you come, let me know, and I'll take you around.
Of course.
That'll be good. Okay, let's do some final. I like to always wrap up with some quick fire questions. These are random questions. I might have to translate some of them, right? Because they're designed more for English speaking. So let's see how we go.
Okay.
But take your time. Would you rather be the funniest person in the room or the smartest?
I think the funniest.
Nice. I like it. If you could buy your dream home anywhere in the world, what one special room or feature would you like your home to have?
A really big studio.
Nice. What's a personal rule that you never break? Like something you hold yourself to account?
Well, I don't know.
Don't know? That's all right. What's one Netflix series that you watch the entire thing as in all the episodes in one go?
Lupin.
Lupin?
The French one.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
What's the biggest purchase you've ever made?
The biggest?
Biggest purchase. Like
my home,
car.
My new home.
Nice. I love it. And then this one's going to be difficult. Now, you're going to have to think back to the past. Describe the worst date you ever went on. Not the person, just the worst date.
Whoa, the worst date. I in my first year in Madrid, I had a really bad one.
Wow. Why was it bad?
It's because the person who I dated it wasn't the one I thought. Right.
Makes sense. Well, it's been so good talking to you, Juan. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll make sure that I tag you on Twitter and on LinkedIn when I publish this in the coming weeks. Thanks for coming on the show.
Great. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for listening. I'm your host, Business Application MVP, Mark Smith, also known as the NZ365 Guy. Please like and subscribe in your favorite podcast player to keep up to date with all the episodes. At least 2 come out a week. If you'd like to leave a review, go to nz365guy.com/review, and you can read your reviews there or leave your own. Otherwise, stay safe out there and see you next time.